What's going on, guys? And today we're going to be doing the top 5 zombie maps of all time. This is including World at War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, and Zombie Chronicles maps. Now, there was a few of these maps that did not quite make the cut, but they are still great maps, and there are 3 of them. I'm going to throw 3 honorable mentions out there. And the first one is Shi No Numa. Now, Shi No Numa is a map on World at War that is extremely fun to play with, like, especially in both games. Like, in World at War, you could go, like, 24 zombies around. You could literally go to around 1,000. That's fun. It's also fun in Zombie Chronicles with the new Gobblegums that could pack a punch. Maybe a little bit more of a challenge, but that could always be fun too, so you don't have these games going on for days. It's also one of the nicest looking maps, like, I think, in a whole pack, and that's why I just wanted to mention. Another one is Kino der Toten. This is an absolute classic. Like, Kino der Toten's what really got me into zombies in Black Ops 1, and probably for many other players as well, as it was the first release on Black Ops 1, and I don't even feel like any other map really lived up to Kino der Toten. The only problem I have with Kino der Toten is sometimes in the original, the dark gray and black, it was a very ugly looking map, but it's still just a classic training on the stage with the Thunder Gun and, like, the Skull Crusher, the Mustang and Sally's was such a classic thing to do. And just the overall, like, not including the colors, but the look of the map itself in, like, an old movie theater is just such a cool, like, idea. I wish the colors were a little bit better, but still, like, this is also a map that's very fun to replay. You don't need to, like, in the new version, bring a perkaholic into every map. It's good with, like, a regular amount of perks. And what I like about the new version is there's now, with, like, Widow's Wine, not even Widow's Wine, but, like, new things that can help you train in other spots that can make the game just overall more exciting. And Kino der Toten is definitely one of the most enjoyable maps out there. Now, let me give a quick mention to the map that was definitely the hardest not to put on the list. Right off the bat, this Easter egg is absolutely amazing. I love this Easter egg. The boss fight is absolutely, there's nothing wrong with it. The ray gun Mark IIIs were cool, but I just felt like this map was missing, like, a good high round strategy. Like, the bunker strategy's alright, but, like, something is just missing in this map. I don't know if it was, like, a more wonder weapon besides the ray gun. The only reason this is not on the list, just because of something missing on this map. Maybe, like, more things to do. But now, coming in at number 5, we have Moon. Now, Moon is something that either most people that I've talked to love to play this map, they can play it over and over again, or people absolutely dread this map. Now, I'm one of those people that absolutely love this map. I love the wave guns, they're absolutely amazing, but the Easter egg is one of the best Easter eggs, I think, in all of Call of Duty Zombies. Like, releasing Samantha and switching souls with Richtofen. It's one of the coolest things I've ever done in the Easter egg. Definitely one of the coolest parts. But there is some problems in this map. One of them is the excavators are annoying. Like, they come, like, every couple rounds, and you have to risk your life just to, like, save what tunnel you're in, if you're in a tunnel. And for the Easter egg, you have to wait for tunnel 6 to get excavated. That could come either between round 1, I've had it happen, or around 20. Like, you never know which one it's going to be, and it's definitely a pain, because if you throw a Widow's Wine grenade or a grenade, you can't even breathe in the spawn room, and you have to sometimes go all the way back to Area 51. But besides that, Area 51 is another cool thing, and it looks really awesome, but that is why we have Moon coming in at number 5. Coming in at the number 4 spot is Buried. Now, this is another love-hate map that I absolutely just love. To start off, the map is a hole in the earth that is like an old western town that's been obviously taken over, but it still has one of the coolest things ever. Now, this cool thing makes up for one of the worst things, which is the bank. The bank is an absolute. The bank is one of the reasons, honestly, that this map isn't higher on the list, and that I think a lot of people don't like this map because they think it's too easy. But the witches, even though they're annoying, take away pretty much when they stare at you all your money. So people say, "Oh, you could just go into a buried game and get pack a punch on round one, and then sit on the top of the bank with Vulture's Aid and the Paralyzer for the rest of the game." No, that is absolutely false. No one's getting pack a punch on round one because, well, it's possible, but the average player is not going to be getting pack a punch on round one. Like you see, I go in here with 50 points. I mean, I know it's not a lot, but right away, I get all my points taken away. So if I'm going to go in the bank and get 10,000 points to go pack a punch 2 weapons, I guarantee that at least some of those points will be taken away by the witches in the house, which I think is absolutely cool to balance out the fact of the bank, which is an absolutely horrible thing. That's not even important, but how bad the bank is and how good the witches are, and they make up for it. Another thing on this map is, even though it's easy, like a lot of other zombies map, for example, Revelations, it's still fun to play. Like, I don't think anyone really says that they hate this map, like, to play. Like, for actually playing this map, it's one of the best maps. And something a lot of people forget about is how good the Easter egg is. Like, many people don't really pay attention to how great the Easter egg is on this map. So that's why it comes in at number 4. Now, coming in at number 3, we have Der Eisendrache. And Der Eisendrache is such a masterpiece of a map. Now, when it first came out, I thought it was going to be, oh, 4 wonder weapons. Now they're just Treyarch's running out of ideas. And this was only the first DLC. And I started to play this map more and more, and I realized how much of a masterpiece this map is. Now, Der Eisendrache is a map that has 4 wonder weapons, 4 bows, and then everyone can get their own. 4 unique quests to get these bows and upgrade them, and every player can get one. Just think about that. That was the reason people loved Origins so much. That everyone could get their own wonder weapon, and nothing's really overpowered. Like in Moon, only one guy could get the wave gun. Now in Der Eisendrache, all 4 guys could get their bows, and it's actually needed. However many players you have in your game is how many bows you have to get. And in Origins, it's a little more tedious. You have all 4 bows have to be done on the Easter egg. This map has, for the Easter egg, the best Easter egg on Black Ops 3, and arguably the best of all time. You go and fight a keeper in a huge arena, and then you do these different Samantha Says steps to even get up to them, and you eventually blow up the moon. That's insanely awesome. And that's just, in a nutshell, why Der Eisendrache is going to be coming in at the number 3 spot. Now, for number 2, it was a tough one between Der Eisendrache and Origins, but Origins just deserves number 2, just because of these reasons. One, just first of all, one of the most innovative maps of all time. Literally, this map has everything that really kicked off Black Ops 3, and without this map, I don't think Black Ops 3 really would have been possible. Also, the first map to have 4 wonder weapons for every player, and the first map to have different quests for every wonder weapon, not just you grab it out of the box and pack a punch it. Also, This Easter egg is one of the first to really kick off people understanding the storyline with the cutscene, and it really put a bunch of pieces together going into Black Ops 3. Also, this map has one of the coolest looking, like you're in like a war zone above you, and then you're in like these trenches, which is, I feel like it's absolutely just an awesome looking map on top of it. Plus you have giant robots like trying to step on you, which is cool to like try to get out of the way, and it puts some more challenge into the map, which I really like. Another thing is, you really have to plan out your strategy good, because training on this map without really like doing the Easter egg to train in the crazy place is not really possible because of the mud. But what's even better is you have alternatives to running through the mud. You have tanks, you could run under in the trenches, like in the crazy place. Just overall, like, the way they thought out this map was actually one of the best, and I feel like they should have done it a little better on a bunch of other maps. But like, even to just turning on Pack-a-Punch, like turning on the 6 generators, and like everything just flows into the gameplay, and that's definitely one of the reasons that Origins is going to come in at number 2. Now, coming in at number 1, we have Mob of the Dead. Mob of the Dead is not only my favorite map, but the best made map of all time. Let me just explain this. To start off, your mobsters in Alcatraz Island off the San Francisco Bay, and you're pretty much surviving for your life. Also, just the overall way this map looks and how real like the map is exactly like the real prison. Like, besides like a little changes, like actually right there in the cafeteria, like in real life the chairs aren't all on fire obviously, but like just it's so similar to the real map. Even the key is there in the real thing, just hanging from the warden's office. And the overall like way this map looks is one of the most amazing looking maps. Definitely the most amazing looking map overall. Also, this map has one of the most big parts of the storyline, definitely more than a lot of the others do. Just because, first of all, these 4 characters are stuck in like an unlimited afterlife, and only Weasel's the one who really kind of understands it. So going through that Easter egg with Weasel is absolutely just a great experience. Getting the Blundergat and upgrading it to the Witrolic Withering is just like, if you have Electric Cherry and you have Jug, you could run some crazy strategies in this map. And this is definitely the number 1 map that wasn't so happy not being remastered. It could have been like, just the graphics would have been so much better, but at the same time you have to realize that the whole point of the remaster is, I guess, trying to make the map better, and this map is already as perfect as it could get. I mean, you have the Hell's Retriever as well. That's not that necessarily that hard to get. It's just the coolness of the map, and like the way it sparked other ideas for Treyarch and even on the last gen. But the only problem I really have with this map is going to the Pack-a-Punch, and every time you come back, you actually have to rebuild the plane, which is still not a big idea. Mob of the Dead at number 1. Drop a like and subscribe, guys. Follow the Twitter for daily updates on the channel, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.